Good evening. I'm going to call to order this meeting of the Wendell Town Board of Commissioners and welcome all of you. We have a nice little crowd with us tonight and those who are watching. We're going to be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Carver Elementary School student Elizabeth Manzano Lopez. Come right up here, Elizabeth. We are incredibly proud to recognize our Carver Cub. This was sent by her principal, Elizabeth Manzano Lopez, who is currently in the 2nd grade. Tonight, Ms. Wavers, her ESL teacher, wishes to highlight Elizabeth's achievements, expressing her pride in the remarkable student Elizabeth has become and the inspiring role model she plays at Carver. Over the past 2 years, Ms. Wavers has had the privilege of working closely with Elizabeth and has witnessed significant improvements in her language skills, as well as the positive influence Elizabeth has had on her peers. Elizabeth has taken the Access test twice and is close to exiting, having swiftly progressed from level A to level C in a short amount of time. Throughout her time at Carver, Elizabeth has played a vital role in supporting both newcomer and comprehensive students in her class and throughout her grade level. She generously assists newcomers by facilitating communication and guiding them through their assignments. Elizabeth exemplifies empathy and encourages her ML classmates on their path to success. What a fine young lady. And she's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which is one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, for our invocation tonight from the Wendell Council of Churches, we're going to hear from Ed Keegan from St. Eugene's Catholic Church. You need to move that up, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Mayor and worthy commissioners, for the opportunity to lead you in prayer. Lord, grant that I may always allow ourselves to be guided by you, always follow your plans, and perfectly accomplish your holy will. Grant that in all things, great and small, today and all days of our lives, we may do whatever you require of us. Help us respond to the slightest promptings of your grace so that we may be your trustworthy instruments for your honor. May your will be done. Amen. And a happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Are there any adjustments to the agenda? Is there a motion to approve if there aren't any?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll move to our public comment period. The public may participate in public comment by signing up the night of the meeting. You have 3 minutes to speak, or by submitting written statements via email to the town clerk on the Friday before the Monday board meeting before 5 p.m. Please include your full name and address for the record, and your comments will be read into the record for a length of 3 minutes. And we have no one signed up tonight. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll move into section 4, our recognitions, reports, and presentations. And item 4A is the recognition of Carver Elementary School staff member, Miss Lady Wavers. Come up here. I can't sufficiently embarrass you if you're not in front of everybody. It is with great pride, and this came from the principal, that I recognize Miss Lady Wavers as Carver's Spotlight Teacher this evening. Ms. Wavers moved to the United States from Colombia in 2018. Though she aspired to be an ESL teacher, she took a position as a Spanish teacher when she arrived. In the summer of 2023, Ms. Wavers seized the opportunity to follow her passion and applied to become an ESL teacher at Carver Elementary School. Ms. Wavers and I persevered through what I'm sure was the longest HR hiring process on record, and she officially became our ESL teacher at the start of the 23-24 school year. I knew this match did not happen by chance, as throughout her lengthy hiring process, we kept in contact and spoke very passionately about our hopes, dreams, and our desires for our ML students. Ms. Wavers embodies our vision and goals to see all students achieve at high levels. She has been instrumental in helping us see the strengths of our ML students and their families. She's a member of Carver's equity team and works tirelessly to change mindsets and advocate for having high expectations of all students, including our multilingual learners. Ms. Wavers has been a tremendous asset to our school because she is able to provide insights and leverage student voice, which supports the development of effective learning opportunities for our ML students to thrive. Her ongoing collaboration with classroom teachers and the support she provides to our ML students both in her classroom and in their regular classroom setting have proven to be impactful in just the short period of time Ms. Wavers has been at Carver. At the end of last year, 52.4% of our ML students met their annual progress goals, exceeding the county average of 31.3%. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Thank you. Here is what Ms. Wavers' colleagues say about her. Ms. Wavers seeks out opportunities to learn and quickly applies new approaches to language learning with our multi-language learners. Ms. Wavers takes extra time to get to know her students, help them feel comfortable, and connect with parents. She attends meetings to help translate teacher concerns and serves as a translator across the school to help build positive relationships with our Spanish-speaking families. The last 2 years, she has organized inclusive activities for Hispanic Heritage Month, allowing our Hispanic families to share their wonderful traditions. Ms. Wavers serves as a vital role in our ESL teacher. She is a cultural bridge within our school. Engaging with multiple grade levels, she supports students from various backgrounds and varying levels of language proficiency. The ESL students within my classroom look forward to each and every day they get the opportunity of working with Ms. Wavers, as for some, that's the time of the day they really get to communicate in their home language. Carver Elementary School is fortunate to have such a caring and knowledgeable ESL teacher. Ms. Wavers deserves to be recognized for her unwavering commitment to academic excellence for all of her students. So, wow, when I read that, I was like, wow, that's very impressive. We're so pleased to have you in Wendell and at Carver Elementary School. Thank you for all you do for our kids. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Mayor and Commissioners, to have me here tonight. I want to start by expressing my gratitude to my principal and my principal assistant, because I think they really worship Carver into greatness. They work hard every single day to pursue it and help all our CAPs into achieving our goals. I am so grateful to be at Carver and to represent my Hispanic community. I believe into pushing and guiding our students and inspiring them so they can give their best, as Elizabeth has done. All our multilingual learners have great things to bring to the table. Please come to our school. We are open doors always. We really believe in the power of reading, so anytime that you want to share a book or anything with our kids, you are more than welcome to come. It will be very meaningful, and it will have a positive impact in their lives. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Merritt. I can't recommend reading enough out there. You'll leave with a really great feeling. You go in and you leave just feeling great. So they're sweet, sweet kids out there. Thank you. All right, item 4B is our fiscal year 2024 audit presentation. I'm going to hear from our Finance Director, Garrett Johnson.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Commissioners.
Good evening.
The town of Wendell has contracted with Thompson Price Scott Adams and Company, or TPSA, to conduct the town's annual external audit for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024. TPSA submitted the town's audit report to the Local Government Commission on October 17th. As prescribed by the standardized LGC 205 contract, the auditor shall present the audited financial statements to the governing body within 45 days of the submission. In addition to presenting to the Board of Commissioners as a whole, the mayor, mayor pro tem, town attorney, town manager, and finance director met with Mr. Alan Thompson of TPSA immediately prior to this meeting. That group of people serves as the audit committee. So with that said, Mr. Thompson's going to present the FY24 audit results to the board. So I'll have, here he is. So just down for the proceeds to the next slide.
Okay, awesome.
Good evening again, Mr. Thompson.
Well, good evening again to you. Thank you for allowing our firm to do the audit. We are very grateful for that. The main thing you hire us as an outside accounting firm to do is to issue an opinion on the financial statements as a whole. We issue an unmodified report, which is a good report. And with that, I'm going to walk through a couple things with you to make sure we're all on the same page. On this, the qualitative aspects of the accounting practices, there's a few things in there, appropriate accounting policies, accounting estimates, and disclosures in the financial statements, and we were good with all of those. And we encountered no difficulties in performing the audit, no uncorrected misstatements, no disagreements with management. In fact, management was very kind to us, very polite, very timely with all the information they gave to us. It was a very good experience on our part. And as you go through new engagements, typically there's some bumps, et cetera, and we didn't have any bumps, so we were real happy about that. Unaware that management consulted the outside accountants, auditors, et cetera. No other findings or issues, all that's kind of standard stuff there. So on the actual numbers themselves, we talked in the audit committee about trying to take a little bit of the noise out of some of the general fund stuff by having some project funds. But you can see total fund balance there at 13.2 million in your general fund, unavailable fund balance at 2.5, restricted fund balance at 4.6, and then total general fund expenditures at 20.8, fund balance available at 51.4, and unassigned fund balance at 8.5 and unassigned percentage at 41.16. And the noise I was talking about, you've got a project basically going on inside your general fund, which creates a little bit of, makes it harder to follow the trend, and we discussed that a little bit in the audit committee. You can see revenues over and under expenses in the general fund at minus 4.7, cash in the general fund at 16 million, fund balance at 13.2, and then you see your property tax rates, collection percentages, which were awesome, and total valuation and total levy amount. You can see basically your total property valuation and levy amounts doubled during the 5-year period, and we discussed the growth, which is incredible that you are experiencing. Congratulations to it, but it also means that a lot of management coming along with that. So you can see your debt there going from 2.1 up to 10.8 over the time period shown. Here's a breakdown of your general fund revenues at total at 16.8, and a breakdown of your general fund expenditures at 21.6. There you see a analysis of your fund balance in a bar chart, total fund balance in blue and restricted and assigned there in red. And then here's an analysis of fund balance with a comparison to your group weighted averages there. And then an unassigned fund balance as a percentage. The reason we show these two percentages, if as you go to the LGC, the State Treasurer's Office for debt, they do look at these two specific percentages, and that's why they're there. The revenues over and under expenses before transfers and contributions. And then your property tax rates compared to the group weighted average. And then the collection percentage compared to both your group weighted average and the statewide average. And that's why I said it was very good, because it's above both. Here's a breakdown of your general fund revenue. Ad valorem taxes being a big part of that, which is why we're always tracking those numbers. And the percentage here in the pie chart of where all the money's going. This is something that you have to respond to, and we discussed this in the audit committee, and I think eventually you will have to respond back to the LGC. If you've been on the board long enough, if you've ever had a quote-unquote unit letter, the LGC replaced those fund unit letters with spreadsheets, et cetera, they give to the auditors and say, you give it to them, and so this is what this is about. And so finance officer prepare a response, and then you'll be asked to sign that, giving it back to the LGC. Most of which had to do with just adjusting some accruals, both receivables and payables, and we got all of those in good shape by the end of the audit, and so we're happy about that. And then the other one was a small issue on the bond for the finance officer, where they changed the rules, and I thought he did a good job estimating it, but you know, as anything with the estimate, it's subject to change as you actually go through the process, so we didn't see it as a big deal. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have of me, not just tonight, but you're always welcome to give me a call. And as I told the audit committee, if you call my office and I'm not there, ask for my cell number and chase me down, and I will get you an answer to your question.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
Madam Mayor, I would just say thank you to Mr. Thompson and our finance staff. They're both challenged with different new things this year and a new auditor for the first time for us in a long time. And then you can look at those middle numbers of those columns and see that the job that Garrett inherited is not the job that Garrett has today. So love seeing a lot of growth all the way around. And thank you guys so much for your work. And it's nice to be able to look to the public and say, here are the numbers, and we appreciate y'all doing that for us.
Thank you very much, and
Thank you,
I
Mr.
hope y'all have a
Thompson.
nice Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you to our staff, finance director, and the rest of them. Please thank them for us, for their work, their efforts. We appreciate it. Okay, we have no public hearings tonight, so we're going to move into our administrative items. Item 6A is the approval of the Wake County Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan update. Mr. Coates.
Good evening, Mayor and board members. The item before you tonight, we're asking that you adopt a resolution approving the 2025 update to the Wake County Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan. Josh Creighton is here from Wake County Emergency Management to help answer any questions that you may have. Federal law requires local governments to develop and maintain a hazard mitigation plan, which ultimately reduces the risk to residents and property in the county and town of Wendell. It is a joint effort between the county and all the municipalities in the county. This is, I believe, the third joint plan between all of us. Federal government really encouraged it probably about a decade or so ago, and so having one unit with one plan is very helpful, and so working together. Every jurisdiction has to have an updated plan every 5 years. The Wake County original plan was adopted 2015 to enhance disaster preparedness, reduce risk. Also, natural disasters don't know our political boundaries. A tornado could move across a variety of jurisdictions. So working together is very helpful. Town of Wendell and all the other towns in the county have been part of this plan since 2015. The update the county spearheads at has hired consultants. WSP and ESP Associates led the planning process. Back in January of '24, you all appointed John Olson to serve as the resident. Each municipality had 2 staff members and a resident participate. There was a variety of public engagement throughout the county and throughout the process. In your packet was the link to the draft plan. It's quite large. I didn't want to have our town clerk have an agenda with over 600 pages of the plan, but the link is there. A lot of good information. Each town has an action plan with projects. And so in the packet was the 2 pages for the Wendell projects. They involve updating the water allocation policy to give priority to keeping environmentally sensitive areas from being developed, updating UDO for a variety of reasons for transportation connectivity so that if a disaster does happen, we have multiple ways in and out. It also includes updating the UDO to make sure we're protecting the floodplain and other things over the years. Transportation plan update, conducting a tree health survey, stormwater management plan and projects, that we continue to protect the floodplain, staff trainings related to emergency responses, and then also weather-related warnings and information. Many of these things the town is working on. It's in your strategic plan. And we continue to work with the county and our neighboring jurisdictions. And as I said, Josh is here if you have any specific questions, but we're here asking for an adopted resolution. And also, I think the day your packet went out, FEMA did give us the okay that it met all of their guidelines.
Any questions from the board? Okay, we have a motion.
Madam Mayor, I move we adopt the resolution approving the 2025 update to the Wake County Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan.
All right, thank you. We have a motion to adopt the resolution approving the 2025 update to the Wake County Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan. Is there any discussion on the motion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right,
Thank you.
All right, we'll move into our other business, and I think we have an update on Campo. Commissioner Eatman.
Thank you, Mayor. We did meet last week. Primary focus was the points assignment for the current round of prioritization of transportation projects across the state, throughout the region. Happy to elaborate on that as much as anybody is interested, either now or another time, but our December meetings have been canceled.
Yeah, I saw that today. All right, thank you. We'll go to have our commissioners' reports. Commissioner Joyner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Seeing that we've surpassed our record of 18 minutes previously, and they're at 21, I want to take a moment tonight, since there's no record to break, and encourage everybody to both look at the numbers, look at the records, and look at the progress in the future. I personally, today, wanted to leave to go to Raleigh. And in leaving to go to Raleigh, I did not take Wendell Boulevard because I knew what awaited me on Wendell Boulevard. And then Wendell Falls Parkway started backing up, and so when I could see 87 completely backed up, I knew that Knightdale Boulevard would be the solution to that, and none of them were. And that's because there was a large truck on fire right in the middle of the highway, and it caused everything to back up onto all of these other roads. And it's because our transportation system was designed to work the way it's built, but it wasn't designed to work with a large tractor trailer on fire in the middle of 87. It doesn't work that way. It makes everything else back up. And so for a couple hours today, we dealt with an emergency similar to what the Hazard Mitigation Plan. But traffic, if you assessed it at that moment, did not look like it was working correctly. And as a matter of fact, it looked like Wendell was broke and Zebulon was broke and Knightdale was broke and half of Southeast Raleigh didn't have a way out. But as soon as we moved the big 18-wheeler with what looked like a really cool piece of asphalt moving material behind it off the middle of the roadway, by lunchtime, the roads were moving back normally. There was no improvements made other than there wasn't a flaming truck. Wendell, and this is a statement that I'm going to make tonight, and then I would imagine you could repeat into the future for the next 10 years, is growing. And there's going to be some times where traffic backs up. And fortunately in Wendell, what you're going to see for the next couple years is traffic backing up, and then once it goes away, unlike the interstate accident today that just went back to the same thing, it's going to be improved and it's going to be safer. I have a hard time waiting in traffic, and I have a hard time being patient. And I was reminded earlier this week by another friend who, generally speaking, doesn't like what we do all the time with the town, said, hey, look, y'all actually did, that actually was pretty, shutting down the roads is actually pretty, not a bad thing, because long term it's going to fix this problem. There's a lot of things as we go into the next week that we can be grateful for. I'm grateful to live in the town of Wendell. I'm grateful to get an audit back that says we're managing our money wisely, or we're managing our money well. I'm grateful for a town staff that, to me, is an indication that we are doing things wisely, and I'm looking forward and I'm thankful that although we have traffic problems, it is not a steaming, it's not an 18-wheeler that's on fire in the middle of the road. It's because we have intentionally said we'd like to improve our area, we'd like to improve traffic, we'd like to improve walkability. Voters wanted to do that to the tune of $50 million, and we're now doing it, and I'm very thankful for that. So, Madam Mayor, I'll leave y'all in the week of Thanksgiving and being thankful for all the traffic.
Commissioner Eatman.
Nothing else to add to that.
I can't follow that. Thank you.
Commissioner Deloach.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Obviously, Window Wonderland next Friday, so big event in town. Obviously, Santa will be here, but my personal favorite, the Senior Strutters, will be here as well. So come out and see us and hope to see you there. Thank you, Commissioner Joyner, Mayor Pro Tem Joyner. We hear all the time about people crying out for infrastructure changes in our town, and when are we going to do it? And growth, we need the infrastructure. Well, it's happening. So take a look around. It is not convenient all the time, but it is taking place. So, and I am certainly thankful for that. That's all.
Thank you. Yeah, echoing that, there are numerous transportation projects going on right now. And I've had a lot of people contact me or stop me about them lately, and there are a lot going on now, and there are even more coming. So I'm going to just tell you now that I thank you for your patience, because good things take patience, so they don't just happen overnight, and it's going to take a little while to get some of these things done, but we've been needing them for quite some time, and it's going to make the traffic flow through Wendell better and safer primarily, and I want people to come, and I don't want us to have a reputation of being somewhere where you get bottlenecked. So thank you again for your patience ahead of time. A few reminders of upcoming events. The Lake Myra Light Show is getting ready to start on November 27th. It runs through December 31st, 5:30 to 10 nightly, weather permitting. Follow them on social media so that you can keep up with whether or not there's been a change due to weather. If they're standing water, they can't have it. They also have some special evenings. They have some different groups that come out on different evenings, and Santa's there every Saturday night. So there's a lot of fun out there, and I recommend that you go. Wendell Wonderland is coming up. It's on not this Friday night, but the next one. It runs from 5 to 9. We're going to light the big Christmas tree. There's trolley ride, Santa and Mrs. Claus. They're going to come on a fire truck, craft market, axe throwing, Lake Myra Light Show, food trucks, toy drive. Downtown businesses will be open and doing special things. Live performances on the stage, including the Strutters. And all this will be at the J. Ashley Wall Town Square. And the Wendell United Methodist Church is going to have their cookie walk, which is a gigantic favorite. Get in line now. And it runs from 5 to 7:30 because they will be sold out by 7:30. The town square is really looking beautiful for the festivities. I surely appreciate Public Works for all their hard work. The grass is beautiful and green, and then the Christmas decorations just add to that. It really is pretty out there, and it shows that a lot of work has been done. So I hope that you will all join us there for that, and happy Thanksgiving. Check on your friends and neighbors, and if you don't have anywhere to go, you can come to my house. We're always a lot of fun if you can take